And welcome back. It is time to discuss another episode of Color 10's podcast, Crime Traveler. And today we welcome back senior content producer for Color 10, Chris Six. How you been?
I've been pretty good. How about you guys?
Good, always.
Keeping busy.
Eager to hear this podcast because these are so interesting. But before we go too in-depth about this latest episode, as I mentioned regarding the 1987 murder of Highway Patrol Trooper Russell Harper, let's take a quick listen to a clip from the podcast.
I didn't even get my suitcase set down in the house Sunday afternoon when I arrived and the phone was ringing. It was Troop D headquarters.
On February 8th, 1987, Sam Conley had just arrived home from a busy weekend at the Lake of the Ozarks, celebrating his win as the outstanding young public servant for the state of Missouri that year, and celebrating his birthday.
Captain Lee Thompson, I believe, was captain then. It was a very come quickly, Russ Harper's been killed.
Conley says he was in shock.
It was like getting slapped in the head with something that you couldn't comprehend.
Because he had just seen Trooper Harper a few days earlier.
And so I very quickly just got my uniform on and went straight out to Troop D.
Conley says the following weeks would be the most mentally draining for him during his time with the patrol.
Okay, this was before I got to town. You do remember this?
I do remember this. I'm born and raised here.
Born and raised here, so
Yeah.
you do remember. All right, so this sounds like it was a pretty routine traffic stop.
Well, so this one, Russell Harper, he was pulling this red pickup truck off of Highway 60, just right near Highland Springs.
Right, not far, yeah.
Not far from here. So he was pulling this truck over, and as soon as Harper was just about stopped, the truck was fully stopped, and the suspect, Glenn Sweet, came out of his car and shot Harper.
Started shooting.
Just through the windshield. And Russell didn't have a chance, really. He tried to get down, but it didn't work.
But nothing worked, and there were several shots fired,
Several
correct?
shots fired,
Okay,
yeah.
I looked into this a little bit today because it was completely new to me.
Yeah, you'll notice in the video, towards the end there, they're looking in the car, and you see the dash, it just, lots of broken glass.
That's what it looked
Yeah,
like. So the suspect went to apparently great lengths, though, to try to cover up the crime. What happened after?
Yeah, so afterwards, there was a week-long manhunt, I believe, and they thought it was in 4 counties. You had Christian County, Douglas County, all the surrounding counties, including Greene, and they were just trying to find this guy. They were getting so many leads because it happened on the highway.
There were witnesses.
There were a lot of witnesses.
Okay.
Sam Conley, who heard his voice there, talked to one witness from Kansas City, and she saw it, everything that happened. So obviously that's pretty traumatizing, but she was able to give a really good statement to police to help kind of fine tune. And you'll hear in the episode that because of news coverage that we did back then, even Sam Conley said that the media and Highway Patrol worked together so well to promote, hey, we're searching for this guy, Sweet. And I think they had a mugshot they were running. So, they had images of this guy. And you'll hear in the episode that a business owner was at his business one day near the house where Sweet was found over in West Springfield. So again, this happened over in Highland Springs. He was found in West Springfield.
Very close, yeah.
No, very far.
Well, I mean, far from that, but
not far
in the grand scheme of things, it's not like he went
Fled the
4 or
state.
5
Right,
states
exactly.
over. Now, you went so far as to reconnect with our good friend Joe Dawes, who used to
Yes.
anchor here, because Joe covered some of that trial.
Yeah, so Joe, he covered the execution of Sweet. So again, this happened in '87. Sweet wasn't executed until '98, so you got 11 years there.
Yeah.
But that was during Joe's time, and Joe actually talks about in the episode about how he's covered executions before, and he's been in an execution room. We're actually going to save some of that sound for a later episode because it's very interesting. But he talks about covering Sweet's execution and just kind of the vibe and how the Highway Patrol felt afterwards, that they thought it was closure because Harper's killer has now officially died.
Yeah,
So.
wow. Well, we look forward to it, and you can
Yes.
find that through ozarksfirst.com. For sure, Chris Six, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
interesting.
Keep up the good work, no
Thank
doubt.
you.
All right.